Troops power is the power obtained through troops training at the training camp. As long as I play Whiteout Survival, troops power is the portion that contributes the biggest power in the game, because of one thing, namely that troops can be trained as much as possible without limits. At least that's what I know so far. And at the end of the video, I guarantee you will know and be able to apply the best practices to significantly increase troop power in Whiteout Survival. Therefore, to find out more, you have to keep watching. And as we all know, in Whiteout Survival, there are 3 types of troops. The first is infantry, where this type of troops is famous for its strong defensive capabilities, making this type of troops the leading defense in various formations, both in exploration and expeditions. The second is marksman, where this type of troops is famous for its strong attack abilities, but not its defensive abilities. So this type of troops will be attackers in rear formations, whether exploring or on expeditions. And the third is lancer, where this type of troops is famous for its balanced ability between attack and defense. So this type of troops is very good for filling front and rear formations in explorations and expeditions. And a brief explanation of the troops bonus, where the infantry troops were strong against the lancer troops. Lancer troops are strong against marksman troops, and marksman troops are strong against infantry troops. So remember and use this troops bonus efficiently, so you can maximize their combat power. And after that, we will discuss 3 best practices that you can do to increase your troops power significantly. But before that, you all know that to become the strongest player, you definitely have to spend a lot of money in this game. That's why I want to share the good news with you that I am now collaborating with PACKSIFY, which aims to help all players get the best and most generous offers in the form of discounts of up to 35% for every purchase you make in Whiteout Survival. Now let's look at an example. You go to the store and you see a mix and match package for $100. And the interesting fact is, with PACKSIFY, you only need to pay $89 for the package. Cool, isn't it? And for your information, PACKSIFY has helped many players save $4.1 million over the last 3 years. And guess what? PACKSIFY is celebrating its upcoming app launch by holding a giveaway of $1,000 in PACKSIFY credits to one lucky winner. This event is specifically for those who join the waiting list and earn the early bird role on the Discord server. This event starts on June 24th and ends when the winner will be randomly selected by the Discord bot on July 15th. To increase your chances of winning, follow PACKSIFY on social media such as Facebook, Instagram, X, and other social media. So what are you waiting for? Just click the link in the description and register yourself on the waiting list and get early bird discounts, early access, and Discord giveaways boost as new member privileges, and enjoy other excitement together with 10,000 active members on Discord. With PACKSIFY, you can play more, spend less, and win together. And now, let's go back to the video. And the way to increase troop power significantly is through 3 ways. The first is to increase the amount of training capacity. The second is to improve the quality of troops. And the third is to speed up troops training time. Therefore, we will start discussing the first method, namely increasing the number of training capacity of troops. And to increase training capacity, players can get it by doing 3 ways. The first is to do growth tech research, namely camp expansion. The function of this tech camp expansion is to increase training capacity at the training camp. The second is to upgrade the training camp. Every time you upgrade a training camp, your troop training capacity will increase overall, both in the infantry, marksman, and lancer camps. That's why the higher your training camp level, the more troops you can train. And the third is through purchasing the growth buff. The growth buff can also increase your training capacity significantly for a short period of time, where if you buy this buff item, you can get a capacity increase of 200% or double the amount you can usually train. And I only recommend using this third method only if you want to complete the task of training troops at an event. Apart from that, using this item will cost you quite a lot of gems, which I think is quite expensive for just 2 hours of buffs. Next, we will discuss how to increase troop power, namely by improving the quality of troops. And to improve the quality of troops, you have to do 2 things. The first is to upgrade their basic stats, and the second is to increase the level of troops. First, we will discuss how to upgrade the basic stats of troops, where you can do this in 6 ways. The first is through conducting battle tech research at the Research Center and at the War Academy, and also through Alliance Tech. The second is through upgrading chief gear and charms. The third is through using or upgrading hero tiers, skills, and gear. The fourth is through buying and upgrading decorations that have battle or military buffs on Daybreak Island. where I have explained this in the previous video, so feel free to check it out. The fifth is through upgrading pets, which can also increase the basic stats of your troops in expedition mode. The sixth is through using pet skills and buff items. You could say that this sixth method is a temporary buff effect, but it could be said to be quite effective for use in expedition mode, because troops can get a significant increase in their basic stats, which will definitely affect their combat abilities for some time. You could say that through these 6 ways you can significantly upgrade the basic stats of your troops. And next, we move on to the second thing, how to increase the level of troops. Until now, you know that the troops in Whiteout Survival have reached level 11. So to be able to open access to higher level troops, you only need to do 2 ways. The first is to upgrade the training camp level. This method can help you to access up to level 10 troops. And to access level 11 troops, you need to research Helios Tech at the War Academy to be able to unlock Helios Infantry, Helios Marksman, and Helios Lancer, which are definitely the troops with the highest power in the game. And after you know how to improve the quality of troops, now we move on to the third method, namely how to increase the speed of training time. And to boost training time, you need to do 6 things. The first, researching trainer tools and growth tech at the research center. The second is to upgrade the training camp level. The third is to upgrade Ling Shuang's expedition skill, which can increase training speed. The fourth is to buy and upgrade the barbecue stand decoration on Daybreak Island, which has the function of speeding up training. Fifth, join an active alliance, so you can get assistance to cut waiting time, as well as get the advanced training tech buff, which can increase training speed. Then sixth is to use a speed up item, be it training or general speed up, which I recommend using after you have implemented the previous 5 steps. And the seventh is to take advantage of the president's skill called Mobilize, although you can't rely on this skill whenever you need it. But when this skill is activated, I suggest you make the most of it. And after knowing and implementing these 7 methods, I'm sure you will be able to get a significant boost to your troops' training time. And some of you may be wondering which is better, promoting troops or training troops. The answer is both good. Because if you calculate the cost of time and resources for training troops and promoting troops, the costs remain the same. I've tried to calculate the cost and training time required. The only difference is, if you have troops with a lower level and want to be promoted to your highest level troops, for example T5 wants to be promoted to T10, then with a duration of 13 hours, you can train more than 1,600 troops. Meanwhile for T10, with the same time duration, you can only train around 1,100 troops. In terms of numbers, it is clear that the promotion of troops was much greater. However, if you add up the total number of resources and time required, the costs remain the same. Unless you get troops from completing intel missions, then I can say that you are clearly saving resources and time. So overall, training troops is a source of power which has a very big role in increasing the overall power of players in Whiteout Survival. So by knowing the basics and best practices that we discussed previously, I guarantee it will help you increase the power of your troops more quickly, effectively, and efficiently. And if you have other questions or opinions regarding our previous discussion, feel free to share them in the comments section. And we will meet again in the next Whiteout Survival video.